Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I am a nurse who actually stopped nursing about a year ago to resell online full-time, as well as do these educational videos for you. So today is the last in this month's brooch series, and I'm going to show you brooches that sold for $400 up to $550. I tried to grab some different names that you might not know, so this should help you learn some more. Whether you're a collector or a reseller, I think you're really going to enjoy this. All right, so we are actually starting off with a brand that was the highest selling. There was one by Shriner, New York that sold for over $5,000 in the first video of this series. I wanted to start this one out with a Shriner because I wanted you to see that there's such a big price range on brooches. You really need to look at the exact style as well as the maker to know what they are worth. So this first one up sold for $405, and it is a Shriner, New York. This is a vintage Shriner, New York, unsigned rhinestone pearl brooch and pen. This was an auction, got 11 bids, and sold for $405. Now, here you can see that brooch up close. This is an absolutely beautiful brooch with kind of green and clear rhinestones. Here on the back, you can see that it was not signed. And that sale is an auction for $405. I honestly feel this brooch is probably worth more. And this is why I personally do not run many auctions. So the seller put it on auction. They started it lower and it only went to $405. I probably would have listed that brooch, buy it now, for say $600 to $800. And so sometimes running an auction is not always the best thing as a seller, but as a buyer, watching these might get you some great deals. Up next is a Coro, and this one is a Coro Duet. Watch for Coro Duet because they do amazing. They sell very, very well. They typically are mirror images of one thing. In this case, it is a bird, and they sell very, very well. So let me show you these birds. This is an Adolph Katz Coro Duet fur clip lovebirds brooch. And they did put fur clips enamel vintage. This one sold buy it now for $425. Here you can see those two lovebirds up close. Very, very cute little blue enamel lovebirds. And here they are showing you the fur clip, and you can see there in the middle, it does clearly say Coro Duet. And that was a great sale at $425. Up next is a brand that has not come across our high dollar brooch videos. And that is why I love doing these, because I learn new brands to look for while I am educating you. So this next one is a De Nicola. This is a rare vintage De Nicola red and pink brooch. It was an auction, got 34 bids, and sold for $423.65. Here you can see that beautiful pinks and kind of mauve colors on the gold tone brooch. And then here on the back, you can see there on the right, it is clearly marked De Nicola with the copyright symbol, and a great sale on auction at $423. Up next is a Christian Dior, and I think Christian Dior is well known as a designer, not necessarily in jewelry, but there is a lot of Christian Dior jewelry. I actually got lucky enough and found Christian Dior crab brooch, and it sold for hundreds of dollars. So this next one is also an animal by Christian Dior. This is a Christian Dior crocodile or alligator jeweled pinner brooch. They do put that it's signed. This was a buy it now sold for $430. Here you can see that alligator or croc up close, gold tone with beautiful clear CZs. And here on the back, you can clearly see it says Christian Dior and would be very, very easy to identify, and a great sale of $430. Up next is a brand I was not personally familiar with, and we have not come across it in any of the other brooch videos. That brand is HAR, H-A-R. So let's take a look at this next one. This is a HAR vintage standing genie brooch with crystal ball. This one sold for a best offer on an asking price of $449.50. Here you can see that joker up close with joker or genie with his crystal ball. And then here on the back, I did want to show you it very clearly is marked H-A-R. Up next is a brand that I just recently am learning about. So if you do not know, I sell a lot of jewelry on Whatnot, but typically it's gemstone and unbranded. However, I bought some Shriner New York brooches off of Whatnot. So Whatnot's a live selling app. It's really, really fun. You can find some great deals. So I sell a lot on there, and as I am selling more and more jewelry on there, I'm learning more, which is great. So I learn from my audience. I also try and educate and help people. So this next one is a Kenneth Jay Lane, and I wasn't aware of it. There are so many jewelry brands, so many that you need to know, and that is the purpose of these videos. So let me show you this Kenneth Jay Lane. This is a Kenneth Jay Lane KJL gold-plated green cabochon glass brooch. It's sold for $450 on Buy It Now. Here you can see that brooch up close. Great, great contrast with the green and the gold. And then here on the back, I did want to show you, it is clearly marked Kenneth Lane. And that was a great sale at $450. So keep an eye out if any brooches are marked. Look for the names just like this one of Kenneth Jay Lane. Up next is a brand that we went over in the last brooch video. So I have a whole series of these, 4 from this month, as well as several from last year. So this next one is an Originals by Robert. This is a vintage Robert rare key filigree fringe gold tone rhinestone brooch or bobby pin. This one sold for $450 on Buy It Now. Here you can see it laid out. Really, really pretty fringe on this little guitar or banjo. And here on the back, you can see it is clearly marked Robert. This is a great brand to know, and this was a great sale at $450. Up next is another D. Nicola coming in at over $450. This is an as-is, a rare vintage sign D. Nicola moon with a weight brooch. This one was an auction, got 10 bids, sold for $455. Here you can see this beautiful enamel brooch up close with the green and the white. And on the back, you can see it is, again, clearly marked De Nicola, so easy to identify. A great sale on auction, 10 bids, $455. All right, this next one, when I first started seeing these, it kind of caught me off guard because I really wasn't aware that Joan Rivers jewelry could be worth so much, but it really can be. This next one also sold for $455 on auction. This is a vintage limited edition number 782 Flying Bird Joan Rivers brooch. 20 bids, sold for $455. Here you can see that brooch up close. Beautiful blue rhinestones in that one. And here on the back, you can see it is clearly marked Joan Rivers and Y58. Great sale, a lot of bids, 20 bids, $455. Up next is another brand that I was not familiar with. Definitely let me know if you guys were aware of some of these brands I didn't know. Maybe I'm just in the dark a little bit. So this next maker is Alexis Kirk. This is a vintage Alexis Kirk rhinestone necklace set with bracelet, earrings, and brooch. They did accept a best offer on an asking price of $460. Here you can see that necklace and bracelet up close. And then here on the back, you can see, again, very clearly marked Alexis Kirk and a great sale at $460. Up next is a Bakelite brooch that sold for almost $500. If you haven't watched my Bakelite research video, there's a lot of items made of Bakelite worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Let me show you this brooch that sold for almost $500. This is a vintage Bakelite golden butterscotch colored carved cherries dangle pin brooch. It sold for $488.99. Here you can see up close those little dangling cherries as well as the leaves on links. And that was a great sale at almost $500. Up next is a starret, and it is a starret Donald Duck brooch, and it was a great sale. So if you don't know that brand, that's another one to look out for. And of course, any of these brands in conjunction with Disney typically do pretty well. This is a rare vintage starret Donald Duck enamel rhinestone brooch, navy sailor pen. They do put green body. This one did sell on Buy It Now. They accepted an offer on a $495 asking price, and that is a great sale. So keep your eye out for starret as well as Disney items. Up next is a signer, beautiful, beautiful turquoise colored cabochon stones in this one, and it sold for almost $500. This is a new with tags, signer, vintage crystal gold faux turquoise, cabochons, brooch, and earring set. They did accept a best offer. Their asking price was $495. Here you can see the set up close. Beautiful brooch as well as the earrings. And here I want to show you even closer, just absolutely gorgeous work on this. And that was a great sale at almost $500. All right, up next is a brand that I actually wasn't even aware was there. So I really tried hard in this video to bring you some new brands, at least that I wasn't aware of. This next one is a Salvador Dali. This is a vintage Salvador Dali Ruby Lips brooch, 2001 Joes edition Mae West faux rubies. This sold Buy It Now for a best offer on a $500 asking price. Here you can see those lips up close with faux pearls for the teeth. On the back, you can see it says Dali Joyeuse for the brand there. So very clearly marked, and a great sale at almost $500. Up next is a really cool modernist brooch. I love the way modernist stuff looks, so keep an eye out for stuff that looks different. Mid-century modern or modernist can sell very well. This is a large vintage Hervé van der Straten modernist brooch. It sold for $510. Here you can see that brooch up close. Really cool. And here on the back, you can see it is clearly marked Van der Straten, and that was a great sale at $510. Up next is another modernist brooch that sold for $500. This is a rare modernist Franz Bergmann sterling silver abstract horse brooch pen. It is signed. This one sold for $500. Buy It Now. And here you can see this cute little horse up close, silver tone. And on the back, you can see it is clearly marked with FB for Franz Bergmann. And that was a great sale at $500. Up next is a brand that I have found, but I have not found gold ones. I have found gold filled, and what I have found by this company, who is Cremence, is bracelets. However, this next brooch sold for over $500 on auction. This is a antique large Crements 14 karat gold enamel diamond brooch, 7.9 grams. They did have the original Crements jewelry box. Got 16 bids, sold for $525. Here you can see this brooch up close. There is a little bit of wear on this, and it's still sold for over $500. And here on the back, you can see, you can't easily see Crements marks on my bracelets I found. They were on the band, so I'm thinking this one might be on the pin itself. And it was in the original box. And got 16 bids and sold for $525. Up next is a beautiful landscape scene, and this one is a hand-painted one, and it is Norwegian. This is a Gustav Godernack sterling silver enamel brooch. They did put Norway and Norwegian. Sold for a best offer on a $499 asking price. And here you can see up close, beautiful, beautiful painting detail on this one. And this one, I believe that's a moose. I'm not 100%, but I believe it's a moose. And here on the back, you can see it is clearly marked with Gustav GG and for Gustav Godernack, and it also says sterling. And that was a great sale at $499. Up next is another Shriner. This Shriner is not the traditional Shriner that you see selling for a lot of money. It is a beautiful flower brooch. This is a vintage Shriner USA tea olive glass rhinestones floral brooch. It was 2 1/4 inches. This was an auction, got 65 bids. So the starting price on this one was probably pretty low. Sold for $534.99. Here you can see that brooch up close. Beautiful, beautiful colors and faceted stones on that one. And here on the back, you can see it was clearly marked Shriner, New York. And this brought tons of bids, 65, selling for $534. Up next is a name that first came up in our last brooch video, and that is Butler and Wilson. This was a beautiful estate brooch. This is an Amanda Blake estate, vintage Butler and Wilson rhinestone pinner brooch. They did put Gunsmoke. This one sold for $530.99. Here on the back, I wanted to show you, you can clearly see that B&W for Butler and Wilson, and a great sale at $530. Up next is a vintage Hollycraft, which has not come up in any of our other brooch videos. So this one is beautiful clear rhinestones and a great sale at over $500. This is a vintage Hollycraft Grande Perreur set of 6 pieces. So it was necklace, earrings, brooch, ring, and bracelet. They accepted a best offer on $545. Here you can see those beautiful AB crystal stones up close. And then I did want to show you the back. I don't see where this is marked Hollycraft, but I do believe they said it was. And that was a great sale, coming close to $550. All right, up next is another name I wasn't familiar with, and that is Ed Lee. This is a great set and another sale over $500. This is a magnificent Ed Lee purple and blue Nautilus molded art glass and rhinestone full set. So another one, necklace, earrings, bracelet, and brooch. Sold for a best offer on a $540 asking price. Here you can see that bracelet up close. Beautiful, beautiful work on that. And I did want to show you the back of all these pieces. They are clearly marked Ed Lee and the copyright, and a great sale at almost $540. All right, we have another Bakelite brooch coming in at almost $550. This one is a really cute little horse. This is a vintage Martha sleeper horse, a Bakelite leather pen brooch. And they did put in parentheses, I believe, quite rare. This one got 8 bids, sold for $549.51. Here is that little horse up close. Really, really cute. He's got a little leather mane and tail. And then here on the back, I wanted to show you this is not marked, and that was a great sale at almost $550. All right, we have a Crown Safari beautiful pink set, and this is actually grapes. This is a vintage rare set of fur clips, brooch pins, pink Jelly Belly, grapes, signed Crown Safari, sold for a best offer on a $550 asking price. Here you can see those grapes up close, beautiful detail and work. And here on the back, you can see it is clearly marked Crown Safari, and a great sale, almost $550. All right, up next is a brand that I am very, very well aware of, but I didn't know they made brooches, and that seems to happen quite a lot. So this next brooch is made by LALIQUE, and a great sale, over $500 as well. This is an antique LALIQUE Semi-Day Marguerites crystal pen brooch pendant, circa 1920. This one sold for $550. I wanted to show you, they did put up the book page where this brooch was listed for sale. And I also wanted to show you, this actually had a chip. They have it circled here, and it's still sold for $550. Up and next is an Eisenberg. This one is a beautiful pink brooch, and Eisenberg is a great brand. Again, all of these brands have items that sell for lower dollar as well. So don't assume they are all worth this big of money, but this next one definitely was. This is a vintage Eisenberg Art Deco. It was sterling silver and large pink stones, sold for a best offer on $550 asking price. Beautiful pink stones there, and that was a great, great sale. All right, we are up to our top 5 selling brooches for this video in the brooch series. This is the last one for this month. We will be doing some other fun videos, and we will start back research videos in March. So the first in the top 5 is one that I have sold, this brand. You have seen it before. It is Joseph of Hollywood. This is a Joseph of Hollywood earrings and brooch set, sold for $550. Here they are up close, beautiful blue on the brooch, red on the earrings. And again, this seller also showed this in a book next to the advertisement for these earrings, and you can see if you look there on the bottom, it actually was originally $880 to $960. So Joseph's of Hollywood was a expensive brand to begin with. That was a great sale at $550. Up next is the first in this video of Native American brooches. This is a beautiful turquoise Zuni brooch. This is a Native American AM Pinto Zuni sterling silver turquoise flower broocher pendant. They did accept a best offer on a $550 asking price. I did want to show you again, all of the Zuni pieces typically have this engraved signing like you see here. And I wanted to show you it on the back as well so you can see a little bit better. You can see AM Pentel as well as Zuni. And this one also has the bail, so it could be used as a pendant. And that was a great sale, accepting an offer on a $550 asking price. Up next is a beautiful, beautiful Art Nouveau brooch. This is an Axel Holmsen antique vintage Norwegian, another Norwegian, Art Nouveau sterling enamel brooch, accepted a best offer on $550. Here you can see that brooch up close. Beautiful greens and pinks on this. And on the back, you can see it was clearly marked with 925 sterling and NM. So that was a great sale at almost $550. Dalton's saying hello. He is in here with me, hanging out. He's having his Lunchable, and we're doing some videos. He hasn't been feeling well. He luckily has one more day off of school because President's Day is tomorrow, so he will be home for another day. And we will be having a Whatnot sale tonight, so Dalton will be hanging out with us during that. So we're going to have fun tonight, right? Can you tell him hope you had a good weekend?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay, tell him.
No, exactly.
He's hungry. He's eating his Lunchable. So I'm going to let him go back to eating. We're up to our last two brooches. This next one is a beautiful cameo. This is a lady's brooch, antique Victorian, 10 karat gold with black hardstone cameo. It's sold for, buy it now, $550. Here you can see it up close. Beautiful, beautiful carving on this lady and the exquisite detail on the outer edges of that brooch as well. Here is the back. I did want to show you because this one is 10 karat, but I do not see it marked. So definitely something you would want to test and check for if you find something like this, and a great sale at $550. All right, we are up to our last item, and all of these last ones have been at $550 because that is the high end of this one. I do have 3 more brooch videos going all the way up to over $5,000. So again, definitely check out my research video playlist. This next Art Deco one sold right at that $550. This is a 9 karat rose gold and silver old cut diamond Art Deco period brooch. It was still boxed. This one sold for $546.52. It did get 20 bids, and that was a great sale. This one did come from the UK. Beautiful, beautiful detailed brooch and a great sale, almost $550. All right, so that is the end of this brooch video. This is the end of the series for, well, we will have more research videos in March. We will probably show a high dollar what we sold in our next video. I did want to show you, I found this really cool brooch. This one's only worth about $100, but this is a this is a beautiful Regency. Dalton is burping from his drink. This is a beautiful Regency butterfly brooch. This will be available on our Whatnot sale on Thursday. We're doing all butterflies and dragonflies. There will be brooches as well as pendants, earrings, necklaces, and more. So come and see us. We are live tonight, as well as six days a week most of the time. So download the Whatnot app, search for the Nurse Flipper, no spaces in that. Come hang out with us on Whatnot. We will be having an amazing sterling silver sale on Thursday. We look forward to seeing you there. If you haven't yet, please like, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. We will see you on the next one. Bye guys.